With the promise of the multiverse on the horizon in the MCU, fans are excited about what other versions of their favorite superheroes and villains could be lurking in the fictional universe. The multiverse is a concept that has long been explored in Marvel's comics, and while most alternates are entertaining, compelling, and often an intriguing critique on their 616 counterparts, some are just flat out terrifying. So today we're taking a look at some of those unsettling doppelgangers with our list of the top 10 scary Avengers alternate versions. Let's jump in. And at number 10, Ultimate's Hank Pym. Hank Pym of Earth 616 has had his fair share of scary moments, but nothing compares to his Earth 1610 Ultimate's counterpart, who is straight up villainous. While Pym's history of bad mental health related experiences are arguably no faults of his own in the main Marvel continuity, the actions of Ultimate Pym are rooted in jealousy and some serious anger issues. Pym was a mentally fragile scientist who was utterly brilliant, and gained his abilities after he experimented on the blood of his wife Janet, who was a mutant. The couple, already struggling in their marriage, join the Ultimates, and Janet befriends Captain America, who Hank gets irrationally jealous of. The two have a major physical fight, with Hank pushing Janet around, and then she shrinks down to her wasp size. He then gets bug spray and uses it on her, leading her to be hospitalized. Cap would then beat the crap out of Hank for it, kicking him off the team. Later during the Ultimatum storyline, Hank teams up with Hawkeye to find his estranged wife after Magneto flooded the eastern seaboard, and Janet went missing. When they do find her, Blob is eating her corpse. Hank loses it, grows in size, and then rips off the Blob's head with his teeth. Enough said. And at number 9, What If World War Hulk. The Hulk, thanks to his gamma radiation and his ability to grow in power the angrier he gets, is an Avengers member who often finds himself in darker alternate stories than his teammates. What If World War Hulk is the first of a handful of these on our list. Back in 2010, a What If story took the World War Hulk storyline from 2007 and adapted it into a hypothetical scenario. For context, World War Hulk was the story event that followed Planet Hulk, which followed the Hulk's narrative after he was banished from Earth by the Illuminati, spending time on Sakaar. World War Hulk follows him returning to Earth with the intent of getting revenge. This What If comic leads to a much darker ending than its namesake event, with Iron Man attempting to take Hulk out with a satellite weapon, except this time it ends up killing Sentry, Mr. Fantastic, and Iron Man himself. When Secret Invasion rolls around without these three heroes still alive, Earth ends up pretty screwed, with 80% of the population getting killed off. Hulk attempts to lead the Avengers, but a Skrull pretending to be the Wasp sets off a genetic time bomb during an Avengers meeting. It kills all of them except for Hulk. Hulk goes to extreme measures, asking Galactus to put a stop to the madness altogether by consuming the Earth and all the Skrulls within it. Hulk ends up becoming his new herald, known as the World Breaker. And at number 8, Hulk the End. Speaking of the Hulk, let's take a look at another alternate version of the big green monster, one that is just as depressing. The End was a series of comics from Marvel that explored a possible future timeline for several of their characters, including the Hulk. Not all of them are depressing as this one, to give them credit. Anywho, this one-shot comic features Bruce Banner and the Hulk as the only survivors of a nuclear holocaust. Banner, unable to die, walks the Earth alone in sorrow, whereas the Hulk is angry that he's forced to be alive with only Banner left on the planet with him. Banner's psyche slowly fades away as the Hulk wanders around, getting attacked by mutant cockroaches, slowly regenerating, and so on and so forth. A camera from an alien species known only as the Recorder in the comic watches him from afar, confirming that humankind has been eliminated. Banner watches some of the horrific things that the camera has caught the Hulk enduring and regenerating from. Eventually, Banner dies, and the Hulk finally gets to be alone at last, only to realize that he is in fact alone forever. See what I mean about depressing? And at number 7, Marvel Zombies. We're talking about all of the Avengers in at this number. Marvel Zombies came out in 2005 and depicted pretty much the entirety of the Marvel universe on Earth being either brutally murdered, consumed, or transforming into a zombie. It was intense. And of course, one half of the creative team behind it was Robert Kirkman. Anywho, after the zombified heroes and villains managed to eat their way through the rest of the living on Earth, some of them managed to gain some cosmic powers thanks to the individuals they've consumed, and begin looking for more meals off planet. It's a little horrifying. And at 6, Iron Maniac. Iron Maniac is an evil version of Iron Man who hails from Earth 5012, first appearing in issue 2, volume 3 of Marvel Team Up. What's his deal? Well, on his Earth, the Avengers were mostly wiped out by an alien the name of Titanus. Reed Richards loses his crap, and thanks to an attack from the Human Torch, Iron Man is majorly scarred, causing him to adopt a suit of armor similar to Dr. Doom's. Iron Man decides to make it his mission to stop Reed Richards, who then banishes him to Earth 616. While there, Iron Maniac takes on the Fantastic Four and Dr. Doom, who all think he's a Doom imposter. When the war against Titanus doesn't break out and ruin 616 like it did in his world, Iron Maniac still goes after this Earth's heroes, deeming himself still as the sole survivor of a sane world living in a backwards, insane world. And at number 5, Ruins Hulk. Ruins is by far one of the most depressing and dark alternate reality stories in the Marvel multiverse. Written in 1995 by Warren Ellis, it's set in a dystopian version of the Marvel Universe, and is a parody of the Marvels series, except notably more twisted. A reporter named Phil Sheldon explores the universe and sees how all of these superpowered individuals now suffer from a myriad of deformities and painful deaths. We learn that Captain America was into cannibalism, that the destruction of the last Avengers Quinjet is what killed Cap, Iron Man, Giant Man, and Wasp, and that the Hulk, thanks to his exposure to gamma radiation, has turned into this, a giant monstrous green mass of pulsating tumors. It ain't pretty. This happened when Banner saved his pal Rick Jones from getting hit with the experimental gamma bomb, and instead of, becoming the full-fledged Hulk, he became this. It's no bueno. And at number 4, Fascist Vision. In this 1990s What If, in the 1990s comic What If the Vision of the Avengers Conquer the World, issue 19 of the What If series, we see what the android would become if he were, well, a fascist. The story begins with Vision deciding that in order to achieve global order and any semblance of peace, he needs to implant himself within every single computer across the globe. As you can imagine, this doesn't go over well with humans. In the aftermath, New York City is nuked and Vision ends up becoming a supreme ruler of sorts over the planet, continuously being corrupted by all of his newfound power. He ends up taking his ambitions off planet too, seeking to control the Kree Empire, the Skrulls, and even the Badoon Empire. And at number 3, Hydra Cap. One of the more recent comic book controversies was found in the pages of Marvel's Captain America Steve Rogers comic, which led into the Secret Empire storyline of 2017. Long story short, it was revealed that Captain America had all along been a sleeper Hydra agent, helping lay the foundation for a global Hydra takeover. Cap literally said the words, "Hail Hydra," and comic book fans everywhere, along with like a chunk of the internet, freaked out. Cap, being a secret Nazi, went against everything that the character stood for, everything the character's historical context blossomed from. That's when Marvel pulled a Death of Superman-esque stunt and was like, hey guys, guess what? It isn't really the real Captain America who is a Nazi, it's one from an alternate reality. Here we have Steven Rogers of Earth 61311, the Captain America who was developed as a child to be a supporter of Hydra thanks to the living embodiment of the Cosmic Cube and Red Skull's influence. And at number 2, Hulk Future Imperfect. This version of the Hulk, also known as Maestro, comes from Earth 9200 and first appeared back in 1992. This Earth takes place around 100 years into the future, where a nuclear war has taken out most of the superpowered individuals, and the human race faces extinction. Maestro, affected by the radiation, mixed with holding a grudge against humanity for how he's been treated, ends up taking over the planet as its ruler. His strength has multiplied thanks to the new radiation he's absorbed, and he still maintains Banner's intelligence. The present-day Hulk from Earth 616 believes that the Maestro's insanity has also contributed to his increase in power. 616 Hulk has fought against him before and has been privy to many future versions of himself, even realizing when aspects of Maestro become apparent in his life, like when he enjoyed taking out his rivals and when he contemplated growing a beard. Yes, actually. And finally, in at number 1, Old Man Logan's Hulk. There are a lot of devastating interpretations of characters on Old Man Logan's Earth, Earth 807128. After the supervillains took over, Hulk, whom some believed had slowly started to go insane thanks to absorbing additional radiation from an atomic bomb that was dropped on California, joined in on the evil shenanigans. He took over California, renamed it Hulkland, and then shagged up with his first cousin She-Hulk in order to create a whole inbred family of little Hulks, which was then called the Hulk Gang. Wolverine owed Hulk a debt and came up short with his rent, so Banner sent his children to press Logan, who struck up a deal with them to be a bodyguard for Clint Barton. While Logan was away, Banner ordered that his family be killed regardless. Logan then sought out revenge, killing Banner's family one by one, and eventually went after Banner himself. Banner tells Logan that he was hoping he'd go wild, wanting a good fight like the old days, and wanted his Wolverine back. The two fight and Bruce transforms into the Hulk and eats Logan whole, who then claws his way out of the Hulk's stomach, killing him. Alright, there we have it friends. What other scary alternates of Avengers members can you think of? Which ones should have made our list? Give us a shout in those comments below and share your thoughts with us. If you dug this video, hey, why not stick around some more and hit that subscribe button? We've definitely got a ton of videos that you'll like. And be sure to hit that like button as well before you go. In the meantime though, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video.